Alright, what's up everyone? I'm going to be doing a demo review today of one of my friends. He just started playing CS. He hasn't been ranked yet, but based on his gameplay and playing with him, he's probably going to be placed around like Silver 2, Silver 3, and he wants to learn how to play better. So I'm going to sit down and do a demo review and go through what he should be doing in every situation. I'm not going to get super specific with all of the flashes and smokes and all that stuff that he could be doing. Just because you sort of learn that as you play more, but it's mainly going to be about like crosshair placement, positioning, and what he should be doing in like situations where it's like a 1v3, 1v2, and where he should be playing based on his team. So, I'm sorry if you guys hear like any like cars going by outside. I do have my windows open because it's pretty hot. I'll try to edit a lot of this out, and maybe even like throw in like some clips of me trying to like explain better like what he should be doing, how he should be peaking. So yeah, let's just get started. We're in warm up right now. I'm just gonna let it play out. It's only 10 seconds we have to wait. But while this goes on, I'm gonna be talking about what you should be doing in pistol round. Normally on pistol round, what you want to do is either just keep your Glock and buy basic 650 Arma, or you could buy a P250 and get a flash and a smoke, which is also good. Especially on dust, if you're taking like A site, you can smoke mid and use the flash to push up cat. So you see what he does here is he just buys basic armor. Pretty normal actually, nothing wrong with that. And we look to see where he's going. He has the bomb and he's going to B by himself right now. So first off, that's one thing you don't want to do. You do not want to go to a site by yourself on pistol round. Normally you stay grouped and you have like one or two lurkers. Normally one. And the lurkers should never have the bomb. You never want the bomb to lurk, because if they get killed, then CTs pretty much win the round, especially on pistol. Also, CT pistols are a lot better than T pistols, because you can shoot a lot farther with the CT pistols and have them be more accurate. Like you get a USP 1 tap and a P2000 1 tap at farther range than you can with the Glock. A Glock normally will do like 80, 85 to with a one shot to the head unless you're really close. So first off, just don't go B by yourself with the bomb, or A by yourself with the bomb on pistol round. Stay grouped and like always make sure you stay with the bomb on pistol round pretty much, so you get the plant and you get the plant money so you can buy next round. I'm actually gonna turn my volume real quick. So his team did end up coming over to B site with him, and one of his teammates just died lower, meaning that they could push into lower depending on where purple is. Since this is a demo, I can't open up the scoreboard to see the map any better, so if I do another one of these, or if I play another game with him that I decide is also good to do a demo review on it, I'm probably going to do a replay instead of a demo. So he's holding lower, but right here, B site's open because your team's already on B site, and you have the bomb. So you should be taking the bomb to B site to get the plant instead of pushing lower by yourself with the bomb, because B site's open, it's a free plant, you get the free money, and you would end up being able to do Tech 9 armor next round. And be able to buy it on the third, like even if you don't win pistol. But he pushes lower with the bomb by himself, which is a dumb idea. And when you peek out your crosshair placement, we're gonna go back just a little bit. Here, I'll speed it up until we get to that point. Alright. Put it on quarter speed. While you're peeking out, your crosshair needs to be where their head will be. So it should be right where my mouse cursor is right now, because that's where their head's gonna be if they're pushing out towards you, going tunnel stairs from lower. And then as you continue to peek out, keep your crosshair there, move it over into this corner, because they could also be just sitting on the boxes right here, just waiting for you to come out. And then as you come out, hold this side of the wall and clear the left angle, because if they're in there and they're facing the wall, you're not going to see them yet. Then as you peek out, your crosshair should be here, because they could also be on the box. And something good to do lower, this isn't too relevant on pistol round, but a really good play you can do lower is when you come out from upper going down tunnel stairs, you push up into this box and you just hug the wall, because they're not going to be able to see you until you do your first peek. So as he peeks out, he sees him on cat, doesn't adjust his crosshair, does it a little bit late, but... So he's in a 4v1 right now, and he could have had the bomb planted in the beginning of the round. That's the main thing. And then as he peeks out mid, he's... I don't know what that was. We're not going to talk about that. But just always keep your crosshair where they could be at. Like the round maybe could not have been won based on how your team pushed out a B site after it was already clear, but you could have at least got the bomb plant. You would have had extra money, and you could Tech 9 armor for this next round. Alright, so on the second pistol round, normally what I would do is Tech 9 armor. It also depends on what map, because there's some maps where you can win a Tech 9 armor a lot easier than others. Dust is one of those. You can push up CAD, normally win a Tech 9 armor with like a little bit of a quick rush. You could maybe get a pick mid, or if they push lower tunnels, that's a free kill. Same if you go B, it's normally free kills as long as you like don't peek like a sniper or a scout one by one. You just clear your angles as you go into sight. It's normally a free sight because Tech 9's a lot better than like a rifle, even if they bought that on the second round, which they could have. So we'll see what he buys here. Alright, so right here he just buys basic armor again, is what it looks like. Yeah, buying basic armor on the second round is not the best idea. I mean, it can be decent if you're playing CT, but on T side, Glocks are really bad pistols, and I find it would be a lot more valuable to upgrade the pistol to a P250 or a Tech 9, and then get like a flash. If you're not buying armor at all, but if you are buying armor, Tech 9 armor. So right here, he's switching between his pistol and his knife. You always want to have your knife out in spawn, because you run quicker with it, meaning like 1 second may not sound like a big deal, but like that 1 second can make a difference. If they rush lower, and if you get there first with your knife out and then hold the angle with your pistol, it could be a free kill. So you're instantly making the round 5v4 instead of a 4v5. Alright, so your teammate just died lower, and so you should have held lower stairs instead. Here, I'm gonna rewind this a little bit. Oh. Hold up. Wait, what the hell? Alright, here you are. Speed up a little bit. Alright, so right here, you can see your teammate on the minimap got in a fight with someone in lower. So you should not peek this yet. Have yellow hold it, since he's behind you, and you should be assisting the guy fighting lower. And when you go to peek, B site from upper tunnels, you don't want to just show your entire body. You want a shoulder peek. So go up close where it says B on the wall and do like a shoulder peek, just to see if you can bait out a shot. Because if it's a scout shot, they're probably playing back of B site on back plat. So B site's probably not gonna be a good idea to go because you have someone scouting there and you can't really get out of B site or get out onto B site without 1 or 2 of your guys dying or taking a lot of damage. So you do a slow peek and show your entire body, so this guy who peeks you just has a free shot on you. And your crosshair isn't where he's going to be again. You need to always keep your crosshair at head level, especially on pistol rounds. So he just peeks out and then he 1-dekes you. And we'll just skip through the rest of the round to get to the next one. Alright. So you have 2800 right here. If you didn't buy basic armor last round and you also got the bomb plant, you would be able to have enough to do a full buy on this round. Here I would probably just upgrade to a P250 and get 1 flash. Alright, so you get P250 armor, which isn't too bad, but if you lose this round, or if you win, you're going to be able to buy it either way. Because of the more rounds you lose in a row, the more money you end up getting. So you know one's up cat. Your crosshair should already be fixed on cat or mid. Like, right there, what you were doing. Let me rewind just a little bit. Hey, man, this slider is hard to work. Alright, I'm gonna speed up just a little bit. Alright, what you're doing when you're pushing up here, you're aiming in between 2 spots. Let me play it a little bit more. You're aiming in between 2 spots where the person's gonna come at. They could, actually it's 3 spots right now, if purple was not to hit their shot. They could come through mid, they could come through lower tons, and your teammate actually just died back at long. So it's 3 places they could come from, 4 if you want to include purple, the angles he's holding, and you're staring in between all of them. So if someone were to come mid right now, you'd have to adjust your crosshair to try to get the kill. If someone comes lower, you'd have to adjust your crosshair to try to get the kill. If someone comes along, you'd have to do a full 180 And if someone pushed up cat, that's going to be like your highest chance of getting the kill because you're not going to have to adjust your crosshair as far. But what you always want to do is keep your crosshair somewhere where it's like almost a guaranteed kill if they were to push you. So right here, I would either be holding lower, and then as I push up lower and clear it, hold mid. This is all disregarding the guy who's pushing long right now because he just died. So you need to always keep your crosshair where they can come from because then it's going to be pretty much a guaranteed kill. And if they come through lower, it's like a 20% chance you'll be able to kill that guy. What you're doing right now is just making all of your odds 20% chances. You have 3 20% chances instead of having 1 100 and 2 20s. So as you push up cat, you're having your crosshair in the right spot. There wasn't too much you could do there, but unless you reacted to the guy pushing long a lot quicker, you just sort of peeked to smoke that they weren't pushing. That was just sort of unlucky. Yeah, not too much you could have done there. So we'll just speed this up onto the next round. Also, with this game, there were some griefers, I think, on the other team. But they didn't start griefing until they've already won some rounds. So it's not the best one to, it's not the best game to look at. But considering I'm just looking at, like, crosshair placement, how he should be playing each round based on what his team's doing, no one on his team was trolling or messing around, so it's a lot better to look at this game right now just because I have one that I can actually do a demo review of instead of waiting until I get another game. So I would just rather do this and then focus on, like, the very basics of, like, crosshair placement, positioning, and what you should be doing every round. And then maybe if I get another one, I can go over, like, flashes, when he should play aggro, playing off of his team, like trade kills. So he buys a P90 here, which is alright because he doesn't have the best aim, but I would definitely work on getting like rifles and especially like your AK and M4 spray down, because those rifles are very powerful compared to something like a P90. P90s are really good for rushes and if you're holding up close or if you're on eco rounds. AKs are a one tap to the head even with armors, and M4s do 88 to 90 damage based on armor. So those rifles are a lot better to be good at than something like a P90. So definitely work on rifles. Once again, he does have the bomb, but this time he is staying more closely with your team, which is a little bit better. So you can see you just got to pick at B, so you should probably start making your way towards B, or just waiting and hold mid to see if they rotate, and then get the rotate kill, and then go A. But right here, you just pushed through a smoke, you didn't hold any angles, you just ran up cat staring at a wall. You could have had your crosshair looking mid in case someone was holding right here on B ramp and peek it out to check cat, which is very common. And then again, you're just staring at a wall. There's a smoke there, and you have 2 teammates. So I would still play back on, like, farther back on cat, not up with your teammates. Maybe drop the bomb so the enemy doesn't see it if they were to peek you mid. And then I would just hold lower or hold mid. Because you already have 2 teammates on cat, and there's a smoke. So your teammates should be able to get that kill. And even if they can't, you should be able to react in time that 2 of your teammates die, that you can get the trade kill. Because right now you're not really staring at anything, you're just staring into a smoke, and your teammate just died on long, so one could push up long to flank you guys, and one could be holding mid right now, because you got one on B site, and you got one on long. So one's probably playing A site, one's probably playing mid, and one could be, and then the other one's long, is what I'm trying to say. So you do know one's on cat, because the nade just came from that angle. And the one on cat fell back to A site, and you're still trying to force A, even though you know at least 2 people are going to be there because of the one long. He could fall back and give support to the one on A site. And you just got a molly thrown at you guys, so you do know one's on A site holding. You got shot at top mid, didn't react in time, and now you're blind because you looked at the flash. And you don't adjust your crosshair to see the guy top mid who just shot at you. You're just staring at your teammate. This round could have very easily been a 2v1 or even a 1v1. Actually, it would have been probably more like a 2v2 or a 1v2 based on if you held your crosshair in the right spot to get a rotator, and if you react to the guy long. That's something you should definitely do in that position where you're just holding the smoke, and nothing's going to come out of there because you already have two teammates. You should be watching your flank because your teammate died long. Alright, so this round we get our actual rifle round. It's an AK armor. You didn't buy any nades. When you have 700, it's probably a good idea to buy maybe a flash and a smoke, or just a normal nade. So, one of your teammates just got a pick of some guy going B. So, that could mean that you have an open B site, depending on if anyone else crossed over. It normally means B is going to be easier to take, because one crossing mid is either playing mid or playing B. So both of those positions, if they die, is an advantage to T side, to take B side. So your teammate gets a kill on Cat. So you have one on A site dead, and then you got one who was crossing to B site dead. You do not have the bomb, but it's probably a good idea considering your teammate just died on A site to take it B, because one's going to be B site at most. And again, when you peek out, like, your crosshair is almost in the right position here, but you're peeking out a little bit too wide. Bring your crosshair down and to the left, like right here. It should be the center of your crosshair, and then peek out a little bit quick. Like, don't hold a walk when you do a shoulder peek. Just tap A and D. Because you're not going to make noise if you're doing a very small distance while just tapping A and D. And you're peeking quicker because you're not holding down the walk key. So it's a 1v4 right now. It's pretty much just a free plant. Even though you're on B side and you won the round, you should still plant the bomb, because you get the additional money. Right there, you should have started planting sooner because you were already on site once you get to those boxes. That changed, like, the time after the last person dies, or the round time after death, it varies between, like, different like matchmaking services. Like in matchmaking, typical MM, it's a lot longer of a round time compared to something like Faceit or ESEA. So normally you would have time to plant the bomb if you're already on site and it's a 4v1 or something like that. So once again, you have AK armor. You didn't have to buy anything because you didn't find anyone last round. And now you're sitting on 3950. It's definitely a good idea with that much money to buy nades. Nades are super useful, especially when taking sites, trying to smoke off different angles, especially on dust, because mid is a very important point on dust. A CT normally has to have one playing mid just to, like, keep map control, because you can go up cat, you can go into lower. There's a lot you can do from mid. So having a smoke or a flash sort of zones that out from the CT, and it sort of makes it a 4v5 in your favor. Once again, while you're in spawn, you're not running with your knife out. You can see, like, green, he's already way ahead of you because he moves quicker with the knife out. You're staring at the ground right now, and you're not really staring where they could be. You can see someone already pushed up into upper, but you were staring at the ground, and you had to adjust your crosshair from over here up to him. If you already had your crosshair where it should be, that just would have been an easy one tap and a free kill. Instead of two of your teammates dying, and you fall back. He's probably going to be lit because of your teammates, so you should definitely hold that and just continue your spray, or just tap him in the head. Like, this situation is a little bit hard to explain just because this normally doesn't happen. But if your crosshair was in the right spot when you peeked him, it would have been a free kill. So he fell back now because he got 2 kills, but he did not pick up the AK. And then that's the guy who was lit that you ended up killing. You know that he fell back because the AK was still on the ground where your teammate died, so he didn't pick up the AK and then go on the corner on your left. So it's a 3v3 based on all that. You pretty much lost 2 players for free because of your crosshair placement, and you only got 1 kill out of it. Once again, when you peek out lower tons, you need to get your crosshair where they are. And the best way to push up lower tons, if you're going to look cat, or if you're going to try to clear mid corner, hug this wall and go up to the crates. They won't see you at all until you do your first peek. So you're pushing a B and you're not even clearing anything. You're just sort of keeping your crosshair in the middle of your screen. You can't really move it anywhere else. I don't know why I said that, but You're not really aiming at anything. You're just sort of aiming at crates. You could be on your left. You could be back of sight, crouching behind the box. You could be behind try. You could be on quad, back of sight, default. You're not really clearing anything. You do clear to the left, sort of, but you didn't move your crosshair all the way before you peeked out. So if he was there, you would still have to adjust your crosshair, and he would probably kill you. You do an alright clear on car. Crosshair could be a little bit higher there. You have an open sight. You're still walking around, which is alright. You saw one window. Free kill. That's actually a pretty good play on your part. Just you could have been behind cover a little bit better. Like right now, you're just sort of standing in sight. And where you're playing right now, you're showing your side to tunnels. If they push out of tunnels, they have a free shot on you. So you're exposing yourself to window and tunnels at the same time. You only want to have yourself exposed to one angle at most. You know, 0 angles is obviously best, which is sort of like what Orange is doing right now on car. He's sort of open to a tunnel flank, but he would most likely hear them coming. You're completely open to tunnels right now, so you could get shot on your right side. You do inch up a little bit, but you just got shot at from tunnels. So that was pretty much just timing. You definitely would have died if you didn't inch up at that exact time because of you showing yourself to tunnels. That's right there when the guy pushed out of tunnels and you were crouching behind the box. Probably would have been a better idea to just tap instead of trying to like restart your spray over and over and try to burst fire, especially at that tight of an angle. It's a lot easier just to tap. You did get a couple of bullets onto him, and your teammate ended up finishing off the kill. So you could have also exited site a little bit easier, or not easier, earlier. There wasn't too much to critique on that besides exposing yourself to the side for a very long time. Yeah, 4350. You're still not buying nades. Like I said earlier, nades are super important on Dust. You got another pick mid going B, so B should be open. There could be one person there. You also just got to kill on long. They smoked B. They smoked upper B, so there's definitely one on B, and you got to kill long. I would just try to take mid. You're just holding the smoke again. Normally people aren't going to just rush smokes, and if they do, they're probably going to throw a flash before, so you would hear it. Now that the smoke faded, you shouldn't be holding out in the open of, like, the doorway. You should be off to, like, one of the side of the walls. Like, definitely the left side of the wall, you should be closer to that, so you can use the pillar as cover and use the wall, and you can fall back very easily. Where you are right now, if he were to peek out right now, he would just get a free kill on you, because you're not behind the pillar. And the wall to your right, if you try to back up, you're just going to back up into the wall. It's going to slow your movement. Definitely should have picked up the bomb. I don't know why you didn't pick it up beforehand. If you picked up the bomb, you could have taken B site because no one was on it. Or they rotated mid, and you could have got the free plant for the additional money. Once again, you're not buying nades. You're not really running into too many people based on how you're playing, but you still need to be buying nades with your additional money. Once again, in spawn, you keep your knife out instead of quick switching. Just keep your knife out, and you move a lot quicker, and you can get there before they rush you. You're not really aiming at anything again. You were just aiming at the wall straight in front of you. So if they push left or right, you're going to have to adjust your crosshair for both of them. What your teammate was doing, he was holding a doorway, looking like long tunnel on B. So if they were to push out, he would get a free kill. So once he clears it, what you should do is push out with him, not really like just hold like you are right now. That's why you should have pushed out to clear it. You could have got behind the pillar a little bit more. You just got a one tap there, so that was alright with crosshair placement. You do a shoulder peek, which is good. But normally, when someone rushes you on B site, there's not going to be an opper on like site. If he is site, Or if he is playing B site, he would normally be window. Your teammate threw a smoke in front of you, and you looked right at the flash that he threw. Um, I don't really know how to comment on that. That stuff normally doesn't happen. It's a 2v4, so if you take site with your team, and yellow is already on site because he pushed through the smoke, now you have a free plant. So your teammate is playing door, so he'll know if he comes up mid. What you should be doing is either um, holding window like you are. Your teammate just pushed up mid all the way to clear it, so they're probably in CT. What you should be doing is just holding window, but your teammates push, so that's not really that important anymore because they push. So you should be holding tunnels instead. Like now you're sitting on 11,000, almost 12k, and you're still not buying nades. You're just wasting money. Running with the bomb out does give you more movement speed compared to the AK, but you need to run with your knife out of spawn to get there quicker. Every round you're doing the same exact thing. You're pushing B, you're just aiming at a wall while your teammate peeks first. So there's not really too much to talk about. Just everything I've said like 4 or 5 times now, you need to work on. I can just fast forward through this because there's not too much to talk about right now. Since there's like 2 of them just running around in spawn. Once again, doing the same stuff. That's a really dumb spot to drop the bomb, especially when your teammate's going first. It's understandable to drop the bomb so they don't see it if you peek first. If you're the entry fragger, it's fine to not hold on to the bomb. But if you're following them up as a support, normally there's a support for an entry fragger who throws out flashes and smokes for them, so they get a really easy site take and they only need to have their gun out. I don't really know what you're doing here at all. You should be playing upper looking lower. Instead you go on site with 2 of your teammates. 2 teammates should be able to hold door and window very easily. So you just need to be holding tunnels. Right now you're just standing in the middle of site, so if someone were to push tunnels, they have a free kill on you. You need to be behind the crate behind you, and your teammate's opping it right now. You're just sort of running around in the in the open, not really doing anything. Wherever you play, there has to be like a reward for where you're playing. It could be a free kill, it could just be holding the site. It could just be like right there, like that's an easy frag if you play windows. You should have already left site, now you're dead with the bomb. But you know, whatever. You're sitting on 16k here because you're not buying nades. So with 16k you should definitely be buying nades. It's full money. It's not like you're losing any money by not buying it. And you're going to do the same thing you do every round, so I'm just going to fast forward here. Once again, your teammate goes first, and then you're not really holding a... I mean, this angle is a little bit better. You're holding at least where they can push, but yellow's going to start shooting at them before you see them, so you would already know. Alright, so one of your teammates died lower and they smoked it off, so pretty much you're trapped in upper, but what you should do here is exit out T-spawn and try to get mid control. Because you do have an opper. You're just staring at the ground. Still staring at the ground. Like, right there, I don't know what you're aiming at. Because no enemy's gonna come from the ground. He's gonna be coming, like, where your teammate's head is right now. Or to the right of that, or on cat. And you're just staring in between all 3 of them right now. Now you're looking cat, but you're looking a little bit too high where you're walking up. Again, you're just staring at a wall. You do a random jump. I don't know what you're doing. Just sort of staring at nothing, waiting for your teammate to do everything. Your teammate has an op. You need to be peeking first to clear like tighter angles. Or be shoulder peeking to check for an op. Your teammate's already in pit and pushed up long, so there's not going to be an opper there. your teammate already would have died, and you would know. And then there's one of the AFKs in CT. Alright, I don't know how to critique you there, because I'm not trying to make this an hour-long video, so, yeah. I'm not going to comment on that, just because I'm not trying to talk for like 5 or 6 hours. So, I'm assuming this round you're going to be doing the exact same thing you've done every other round, where you just go B. You're going by yourself with the bomb. Alright, you actually do have 2 people following you, so it's not that bad. But you're peeking first with the bomb, which is the exact opposite of what you've done every other round. You heard the flash go off when he pushed up upper tons, at least I did. I don't know if you don't have no volume, but you heard the flash, so you knew he was going to be pushing you. You heard it in tons, so either he was flashing for a lower push, or he was flashing for himself to push. So you died, so we're just going to fast forward this round. You're on 15k, you're going to buy AK armor, you should be buying nades every round when you have this much money. Normally just buy like flashes and smokes in general. Smokes are extremely important. It's a 15-second wall almost. And you run in front of your teammate opping mid, so you almost just got TK'd. Right now you're aiming at the ground again while looking mid. This crosshair placement isn't too bad at the exact moment I paused it, but if you rewind like maybe like half a second, your crosshair placement was really bad. It was like pretty much at Xbox. They could be behind Xbox, but they're not going to peek you, and your teammate would have saw him because he's opping in T-spawn. They could be on the left side of the door, they could be on the right. Most likely they're going to be on the right because your teammate would have called because he would have saw the cross. You didn't really clear anything there. We did like a quick flick as your teammates push up cat. You should keep on holding mid. Yeah, your teammate just killed himself with his own nade. You heard one CT. And as you drop down, you're not really looking anywhere. You just sort of, yeah, that's not the enemy, but we're not gonna talk about that either. Alright, so once again, you're doing the exact same thing you do every round. Let your teammate go first, and you try to hold an angle. I don't know why you're holding the angle with your pistol. You're sort of going away from your teammate with the bomb, and you're sort of by yourself because the rest of your teammates are top mid. You do get a kill, but now they know where bomb is. It's a 4v2 right now. It's a 1v4, so not too much to talk about. Your teammate's on B site, and you're trying. It looks like you're trying to go A. I don't know where you're trying to go A when your teammate just cleared B site. Just go B and get the free plant. Past this point, there's not really too much to commentate on. Just because they have like 2 or 3. I think it was 2. I think they have like 2 AFKs. You saw us out on cat, you didn't react. Also, the spot you're playing in lower tons, on the left of that, like the left of that like pile of bricks, it's not a good spot at all because you're just in the middle and they can shoot you very easily. Like I said, I've said it 3 times already. It's a lot better to play up this right side of the wall and then play on box. Like that's a perfect like example of why you do that, because you play up on the right side of the wall, they can't see you, and then you peek out and you get a free 1-tap. Maybe not a 1-tap at your rank, but a free kill, pretty much. And even if you don't get the kill, it's pretty much like free information. You do know one's cat, because they didn't see you at all, and you saw them. So it's in a 2v2 right now. You're clearing your B site, which is alright to do. You do know that one was on cat. You could fall back to A site, or you could be playing mid right now. He could even be flanking you. That's a 1v2. I'm pretty sure that's a guy who was on cat. Your teammate just gave you a call that he's mid, so you should be walking, especially in a 1v1. You want to keep walking. Because every single step you take, it's just lowering your odds of winning because they know where you are. He didn't clear to your right at all. He could have killed him mid, then ran lower and played behind that box. You didn't clear top of mid at all. You just completely peeked, looking at doors. Like, it's okay to like look doors when you peek mid from lower, but you do it very quickly. You peek out of lower, looking doors, go back into lower, and then clear top mid. Because if he was top mid, it would have been a free kill, but he's in CT. And then you crouch walked into him while trying to spray. Almost as bad as running. So if you're trying to spray, always stay still. You can do like a crouch walk to the side, but never walk forward or backwards while spraying. Unless it's like an SMG. With rifles, never. Alright, so it's going to be a pistol round on CT. Like I said earlier, CT pistols are way better than T pistols. They do a lot more damage, and you get some easy one-taps if you aim at the head. So crosshair placement's really important on both obviously. Like, crosshair placement's very important in the game in general. But on CT, it's pretty much free kills. Like right now, I don't know why you're walking up long. It's not like they're going to hear you and your teammate's already holding. Your teammate took some damage, so you know they're going to be pushing with the dink. You ended up getting a kill there because your teammate lit him. You're not staring at long anymore, you're staring at your teammate. I actually don't know what you're doing there. You're just staring at your teammate, not holding long, which is where they're pushing from. So, like right there, you could have fell back, and you fall back looking at long, so you can still count how many enemies are like coming or pushing, and you could have fell back and gone A site, or you could have went on the car. Instead, you just look at your teammate and died for free. And you left your teammate in a 1v4, when it could have been a 2v4 or 2v3. Alright, so second round, CT pistol, I would just do P250 basic armor, or 5.7 basic armor. 5.7s are really good on CTs, because it's a dink to the head and a body shot, and they're dead. And you also get 20 bullets in a clip, so it's pretty much Tech 9. You already saw bomb B, and you heard like 3 people rushing. Your teammates are probably going to give you a comm saying that they rushed B, so it's good what you're doing, but you don't have to clear as slow, and when you're clearing up long, you're not checking. He could be behind you right now, because you didn't clear to your left when you pushed. You also didn't clear to the left of the door, she just looked away, he could be there. Definitely not top mid. You didn't really clear to the right, he could have killed you there. You're not clearing any angles, and they get free kills because of it. Right now you're just looking at mid door. You're not looking at anything, you're just running down mid. Making as much noise as possible so the guy pushes mid and he kills you. At least he should kill you. He's behind you and you don't hear him. Yep. All because of your crosshair placement and you're making as much noise as possible. Let me just fast forward this here. Alright, so there you did P2000 basic armor again. It's not bad, it's just, it's a lot cheaper to get a better pistol and like a flash and a smoke. They already pushed out. 2 of them were already out by the time you first started shooting, and you're playing in the front of sight behind no cover. Yeah, all you have is a pistol and basic armor, so you shouldn't be playing in the middle of sight just like a monkey. You should be playing behind cover, so they'll push into you before they even know you're there. Like, you could have been playing behind this box right here, crouching. You could have been on car, could have been boosted up here, could have been back of sight, or back plat. Instead, you just go into the middle of sight, you hit someone for 61, and you just die for free. You could have gotten 1 or 2 kills easily. So again, I don't know what's going on. Alright, so right here you buy P90 and full armor. Still no nades, and you didn't buy a diffuse kit. Diffuse kits are also something to keep track of when you're on CT. The person in front of you doesn't have one. I saw 2 people in spawn who doesn't have one, or did not have one, so there's only one other person besides you who could have bought a kit, and you didn't buy one. Alright, so basically what you did wrong there was your teammate peeked out and went for Bop first deagle, lost that, and you saw him pushing, and you saw his flash, but you still peeked into his flash, making you completely blind. It would have been a free kill. And with the P90, actually, I don't even know how to correct you on the P90. I don't even use that. You need to play, I don't want to say more aggressive, but you need to hold tighter angles. Like, you could have just held long here and waited for him to peek you, because you know he's going to try to pick up the op. So if you just held this angle right here, up against the wall where he is right now, instead of trying to peek out wide, it would have been a free kill. Because he would have been in the process of switching between his deagle to the op to clear a site. And if someone's in the process of switching weapons, it's going to be a free kill. Especially with the P90, you're just going to mow him down. So we'll just fast forward again. Right here you buy M4, but doesn't look like you bought any armor. Alright, so you dropped an M4 for someone and you go UMP armor. You know one's upper tunnels because you took the op shot. Now you're not really aiming at anything. With the UMP, you're just staring at the ground. You need to be aiming where they're going to be coming from. You do know one's long because your teammates are messing with them. Because, you know, it's a matchmaking game that normally happens. The B site's completely open right now. You do not have bomb. You should have stayed B site because they could get a free plant there. There's only 2 of them. One could still be AFK because they were earlier, so. You just saw bomb and T-spawn based on your mini-map. You're not looking at your map at all. And teammate gets 2 knives. Alright, this game's pretty much over. Alright, so you buy an M4 for yourself, and you still don't buy any nades or defuse kit. They're, like, in this game, they're probably not going to plant anyway, because they have 2 people just trolling. But in an actual game, you want to be getting defuse kits, because 5 seconds may not sound like a lot again, but 5 seconds, especially when it comes to defusing a bomb, means a lot. You can get a fake, and then they peek you, and then you actually hold it down the next time, and they'll think it's a fake. So, it could just mean, like, a free defuse, like a 1v1 or a 2v1. Also, if you do like a late retake, defuse kits allow you to do that very easily because you can still actually defuse the bomb. Like, you can retake a site in a 3v2 with 9 seconds left on the bomb, like 9 or 10 seconds left on the bomb, and you would still be able to defuse the bomb if you take site cleanly and get a defuse kit. So that round there wasn't much to talk about. You didn't really see anyone. Still not buying kits or nades. And you get mowed down by Negev on long. Because she peeked out wide. Yeah, this game's pretty much over. Not too much left to commentate on. Nice, nice. Alright, last round. You got M4, you bought a Zeus. I don't know why. Guess you're one of them now. Still didn't buy any nades or armor. Your teammate just died. So you peek out very late. When your teammate dies, they're typically not going to be holding the same angle. They're going to be clearing while they push up. So that's when you do something called a trade kill. You peek out right away and it's a free kill. Guaranteed. Fast forward again. And he pushed up long. I don't know, there's not much to talk about now. The game's pretty much over. And that's game. Alright, so hopefully you go through, you watch this, and you understand what I'm saying, and you correct it. And then if you play like another game that doesn't have AFKs or trolls, and I can do a demo review on that. So, yeah.